Quick Easy English podcast.
Hey there, English learners! Welcome back to Quick Easy English Podcast, your go-to podcast for learning English in a fun, natural, and engaging way. I'm Emily, and as always, I'm here with my fantastic co-host, Jake.
Hey everyone, so glad to be here. Emily, I have to say, I'm really looking forward to today's episode. We're diving into a topic that can truly help our listeners level up their English and sound more polished and confident.
Absolutely! Whether you're at work, in a meeting, or even just having a casual conversation, the way you speak matters. And today, we're breaking down key strategies that will help you instantly sound more professional and polished.
And you know what, Emily? This reminds me, have you ever had one of those moments where you say something and then immediately think, wait, did that sound way too casual?
Oh, all the time. I remember once in a formal meeting, I greeted everyone with, "Hey, what's up?" instead of "Good morning."
Haha, I can imagine. And that's exactly why this topic is so important. We'll be sharing practical, easy-to-apply strategies to help you avoid common mistakes, refine your speech, and boost your confidence.
Today, you're going to learn powerful communication tips and expand your vocabulary. So don't go anywhere.
All right, Emily, are you ready?
Oh, I was born ready, Jake.
Haha, love it. Let's dive into today's topic, how to sound more polished and confident when speaking English. Whether you're in a meeting, on a call, or just having a casual conversation, the way you speak makes a huge difference in how people perceive you.
Exactly. And you know, Jake, a lot of times people don't even realize that small tweaks in their speech can make them sound way more polished and confident.
So true, and that's why we're breaking it down into 8 key strategies today. Let's start with the first one.
One of the easiest ways to instantly sound more professional is by using proper greetings. Instead of saying hey or what's up, in a professional setting, go for good morning, good afternoon. Hello, how are you today? It might seem like a small detail, but trust me, it sets the tone for the entire conversation.
Absolutely. And here's another tip: use people's titles and last names unless they tell you otherwise. So instead of saying, "Hey John," say, "Good morning, Mr. Smith."
Right, because addressing someone formally shows respect and professionalism.
Now, another mistake that makes people sound less professional is being too wordy. Some people think that using big, complex sentences makes them sound smarter, but actually, it does the opposite.
Yes, being concise is key. The more direct and clear you are, the more confident you sound. Instead of using long, unnecessary phrases, simplify them. Let's go through some examples.
That's a great point, Emily. Here's an example. Instead of saying, "In the event that it rains, we will postpone the meeting," just say, "If it rains, we will postpone the meeting." Same meaning, but it's shorter, clearer, and easier to understand.
Exactly. Here's another one. Rather than saying, "For the purpose of improving our customer service, we are launching a new training program," just say, "To improve our customer service, we are launching a new training program." It gets straight to the point without unnecessary words.
Much better. Let's try one more. Instead of saying, "Due to the fact that she was late, the meeting started without her," simply say, "Because she was late, the meeting started without."
See how much crisper and more professional that sounds? Less is more when it comes to clear communication. Think about great speakers. They don't waste words.
Exactly. And that brings us to our next point, eliminating filler words.
Oh yes, this is a big one. Filler words like, and kind of can make you sound unsure of yourself.
And the tricky thing, most of us don't even realize we're using them. I remember listening to a recording of myself once, and I was shocked at how many times I said like in just one sentence.
Oh, I've been there. It's so easy to slip into the habit. Like instead of saying, I kind of think this idea might work, you could just say, I believe this idea will work. See how much stronger that sounds.
Exactly. And here's a quick tip. If you catch yourself about to say a filler word, just pause instead. A short silence actually makes you sound more confident than filling the gap with or like.
That's such a great trick. And another thing to watch out for is side particles words like basically, technically, or actually. They often don't add any real value to what you're saying.
Right. Instead of saying, basically, we need to finish the report by Friday, just say, we need to finish the report by Friday. Simple, clear, and professional.
Love it. The less cluttered your speech is, the more confident and authoritative you'll sound.
Now, speaking of confidence, one of the best ways to sound more professional is by choosing strong, assertive words.
Oh, I love this one. The way you phrase things completely changes how people perceive you. If you sound unsure, others might not take your ideas seriously.
Exactly. Let's go through some common phrases that people use without realizing they sound uncertain and how to make them stronger.
All right, here's one. Instead of saying, I think this is a good idea, say, I believe this is a great idea. It makes you sound confident rather than doubtful.
Yes. And here's another one. Instead of saying, I was given an opportunity, say, I seized the opportunity. That small change makes it clear that you took action rather than just receiving something passively.
That's a good one. What about this instead of saying, maybe we could try this approach? Say, let's move forward with this approach. It's much more decisive.
I love that. And here's a really common one. Instead of asking, does that make sense? Ask, let me know if you have any questions. The first one makes it sound like you're doubting yourself, while the second one keeps things open but confident.
Oh, that's a great point. And for the last one, instead of saying, I hope this helps, say, I'm confident this will help. It shows certainty rather than just hoping for the best.
Exactly. These small changes might seem minor, but they instantly make you sound more confident and professional.
So true. It's not about being aggressive. It's about speaking with clarity and certainty. Making these tweaks will help you sound more polished and persuasive.
All right, here's something that a lot of people don't realize. Adding unnecessary disclaimers can actually weaken your message.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean. People sometimes say things like, this might sound illy, but, or, you've probably already thought of this, but, before sharing an idea.
Exactly. And when you start with a disclaimer, you make it seem like your point isn't important or isn't worth considering.
Right. Instead of saying, I'm not sure if this is a good idea, but maybe we could try, just own it and say, I suggest we try.
Yes. Here's another one. Instead of saying, this may be a dumb question, but just ask, can you clarify this for me? It sounds confident and professional.
I love that. If you believe in what you're saying, there's no need to apologize for it.
Exactly. Removing these unnecessary disclaimers makes you sound more sure of yourself, and that makes others more likely to listen to you.
All right, Jake. Let's talk about something that's really important in professional settings: giving feedback.
Yes, feedback is necessary for growth, but how you say it makes all the difference.
Right. If you're too harsh, you could hurt someone's confidence. But if you're too vague, they won't know what to improve.
Exactly. So instead of saying, your work isn't good, say, I think this could be improved by. That way, you're offering a solution instead of just criticizing.
Yes. And instead of saying, you did this wrong, say, I have a suggestion that might make this even better. It's positive and constructive.
That's such a great tip. Another good approach is starting with something positive before giving feedback. For example, I really like how you structured this report. One way we can make it even stronger is by adding more details in this section.
Yes, that way the person feels encouraged instead of discouraged. Feedback should help people grow, not bring them down.
Now, Emily, I know you'll agree with me on this. The way you ask questions can completely change how professional you sound.
Oh, absolutely. If you ask vague or unstructured questions, it can come across as unclear or even unprofessional.
Right. Instead of saying, I don't get it, try something more polished, like, excuse me, may I ask?
Or instead of, can you explain that again, say, I was wondering if you could clarify.
Yes. And another great way to sound professional is to ask for more details in a structured way. Instead of just saying, what do you mean? Try. Could you elaborate on that?
I love that. The way you frame your question affects how people perceive your confidence and engagement. If you ask well-structured questions, you show that you're paying attention and actively participating.
Exactly. And once you've asked your question, really listen to the response. Communication is a two-way street.
So true. Asking clear, professional questions makes you sound more confident, prepared, and engaged.
All right, last but definitely not least, how you end a conversation matters just as much as how you start it.
Oh, 100%. If you end a conversation too abruptly, it can seem rushed or even rude. Rin. Exactly. Instead of just saying, okay, bye, say, thank you for your time and valuable insights. Or, I appreciate the opportunity to discuss this with you. And if next steps are involved, make that clear. Instead of saying, I'll follow up, say, I'll send you an update by Friday.
Yes. And if you're in a professional setting, you can also invite future communication. West of us saying talk tater, say, please feel free to reach out. You have any t'other questions?
Perfect. Closing professionally and politely leaves a positive impression and makes you sound more polished.
That wraps up our conversation on how to speak more professionally, from using proper greetings to eliminating filler words and speaking with confidence.
Goodbye until the next issue.